go by this old homestead, this old farm again. Look at that old house. Zoom in on that old house. That brick one. They're both old. Yeah. Zoom in out. See, look at that old barn. So they're keeping everything. That's got to be something to do with the family. It's a family home. That's so awesome. And look at that old truck. Over there. Okay, so we're heading toward Cato. It's the old Cato School. Coughing his head off.
All this dust.
Okay, so we're turning here. Yep, Cato. See the little sign? Cato. Right there. I don't know if that's pointing this way or if we are in Cato, but we are heading towards it now. I think this is another mile. And then right. Yes, it's left on. That was 725, right?
I think so.
Left on 725. And then, yep, I think in the next mile, and then we'll be heading right. And then it'll be the old Cato School, 1915 Cato School. So how long would that be if it was 1915?
That'd be 111 years old.
111.
Wait, no, it'd be 100, yeah, 111, yeah. He was about 17 at the time.
Shut up, brother. My brother's mouth overrunneth yet again. Boy, it's such a nice day. It's March 14th, 2026. 111 years ago, the Cato School was built in 1915. Looks like mountains over there in Kansas. Crawford County, Kansas. Oh, nice. Oh, it's so beautiful out. I love springtime. There he goes, coughing again right in the middle of my video. I'm not going to point towards that or bring attention to your coughing or anything. built to last. Get a picture of that. Good looking Chevy, you know. Not bad for its condition. I think it's going to be up here on the corner. I saw it on the map. So this was a little town at one time. I'm going to assume it was a mining community. Crawford County. And this school, not this specific school, but it was the first school in southeast Kansas, the Cato School. 1869, I think it said. Yeah, 1869 was the first school in the area, southeast Kansas. So what do we have here? I see something. Is that oh, it's an old church, I think. Oh yeah. Woohoo! Look at that. Oh, how nice. Saw that a little bit. Picture. I think this is the Christians. Cato Christian Church. Oh, that's a beauty. They've taken good care of that. Yeah, this is... Maybe this is the school church. Oh my goodness. Oh, there's a little sign here. Cato Town site. Okay, we're going to have to get out of the car, but just a moment here. I think that's the school over there. Oh, there it is, the school. You can see it's red doors. Very nice. Definitely not something you see every day, that's for sure. Since 1914, Cato Christian Church. Alright, we'll go check it out. Old barn. I think there's a house next to it, I'm not for sure. Can you zoom in on that barn a little bit further? I see the barn, and you can see the tin roof on the barn. So they dropped off all their tires. An old car back there too, a really old car, a couple of them. At least no trespassing will prosecute. I don't blame you. Going up here to turn around. Oh, look here, like an old school or an old house or something right here. Bourbon County. Wow. Yeah, I think that. Old house or old school, but look at the windows. It's like a house or a church or something. Got a tractor coming, and he's not a slow one either. Oh, it's so beautiful. Yeah, see those old houses? Oh, there's some nice ones. Those are old ones. Ford Falcon, that one looks like. Several of them. There's an old pickup truck. And church, so we're gonna pull up over here. I don't know where to park though. Okay, I'm a little confused on the directory. Maybe because there's really nothing here. But that across the street must have been something. So we're right on the line of Crawford County and Bourbon County. They all look so happy. And not one of them had internet at home. Not one. It's definitely a nice nest up there. Oh, nice. It's so nice. Little log cabin. There's the back of the church. Little bridge. 1915. Oh, wait a second. I was wrong. The church is 1915. Actually, 1914. This is 1869. Yeah, 1869. I got the dates mixed up. That's pretty major. National Register of Historic Places. Cato School, 1869. Two-room schoolhouse. Let's get closer. Do some window peeking. The bathroom. Also called an outhouse for the youngins. First school in Cherokee County, Kansas. Not Cherokee County, I'm sorry, Southeast County. So Cherokee County and Crawford County is considered Southeast Kansas. Oh, they have, maybe you can see, there's a stove in the middle of the room. They have a chalkboard. Yeah, there is a big stove. Can you see it? It's like a barrel. Strangest looking stove I've seen. There it is. It's a really big stove. I don't know if you can see it, but the stove, the pipe goes up and to the right. And to the right there is like the column. And then there's this big thing up there where it leads out to the top. So crazy looking. So awesome. Right after the Civil War, that's where they hitched their horses or their ponies. Maybe later in the day. There's their water pump, their water fountain. Let's see what it says. Dedicated to Richard Coonrod, who was responsible for moving the outer well pump from his family farm to this location. Oh, wow. That's pretty cool. 2010 that was. All right, let's see. Check out the outhouse first. A lot of mows. There's their ventilation system. Yeah, I don't think they're open. Hi! Welcome! Very nice. Here's the all right, let's see what this is. See, there's that in the middle of the room. That's also something I consider a good indication that a building was used for a school, if there's a stovepipe in the middle. Okay, the Cato cabin. Wes Coonrod and John Sperling in front of the completed log cabin. Wow. So the Coonrod was the same name as the gentleman who put in that pump back there. So see, look, they worked on this cabin for weeks, lots of hours, and then they finished it for 1961 for their celebration. And then several years later, somebody came and vandals torched the cabin. Why? All that was left was the chimney. Ugh. Like, I don't understand why people do that kind of thing. It's really sad. Look at this tree over here. Oh, the Coonrod family. So the ones that were working on it, it's the family, early settlers of Cato. Oh my goodness. And they're the ones that also worked on the one they torched. They did a very nice job. Big tree. The one with the white bark. Is that an elm tree? I'm not sure. Then there's the church. We'll go see what that's about. I want to see the front of the school first. Potterborn. Okay, look at what this Mr. Sperling said. And Sperling once said, "The deacon planted in me the seed to remember history. He taught me that the past is as important as the future, and you have to get it all down before the stories disappear." You hear that? Let's say it again. And you have to get it all down before the stories disappear. John Sperling began the annual Cato tours in the 1980s and continued them until his death in 2003. At that time, Susie Stell took the reins and organized the Cato Historical Preservation Association. In this quiet corner of Crawford County, we must realize that a town existed 140 years ago, is what he says, but now we're talking 160. The town was here and nobody remembers. I mean, it's all over the country like this, especially in southeast Kansas and in Crawford County. Lots of stories, lots of mining camps, like I was saying earlier, and nobody to remember them. Not even in a museum, just gone with the wind. Today it seems like a town of make-believe, but a few years ago it was real. It was Cato. Cato School, 1869, and the only large barrel-looking weird stove I've ever seen in my life through a window, through anything. Stagecoach Bridge. Huh, that's so cool. Thank you, Joe. And Boy Scout Troop 81. Thank you, guys. Thank you. When Gideon and Elizabeth moved to Cato from Stevenson County, Illinois, they brought with them Crawford County's first piano. That piano would have traveled across the stagecoach bridge. Cato was the halfway point between Fort Scott, Kansas, and Girard, Kansas. Mail and supplies would be delivered to one of the general stores in Cato, either owned by Peter Smith or George Fowler. March 14th, 2026, Cato, Kansas. So one guy, John Sperling, said, "You got to get the stories down before they disappear." Now we're at the tail end of it all disappearing. And not just Cato. Cato's still hanging on thanks to John. But if we don't have somebody to pick up the torch, then it'll all be gone. Let's not let that happen. Let's remember our history, America. Preserve it and love it so we can look at the past to see where we're going in the future.